What if I told you that in 2025, a computer not only wrote a hit song, it also cranked out a blockbuster movie script that Hollywood actually bought? And now, you're probably wondering, should I start practicing saying yes, robot overlord? Or is there still room for us humans to shine? The truth is, storytelling isn't dead. In fact, it's more alive, weirder, and more powerful than ever. And if you stick with me in this video, you'll learn how to master it so completely that even AI will be jealous. Why storytelling in 2025 is basically a superpower. Here's the deal. Attention spans in 2025 are shorter than the lifespan of a trending TikTok dance blink, and your audience is scrolling on to a cat doing taxes. The internet is louder than a blender full of marbles, with everyone competing to be heard. Without great storytelling, your ideas vanish into the abyss, poof, gone faster than your motivation at 6 a.m. on a Monday. But with the right story, you can stop people mid-scroll. You can sell products without sounding sleazy, inspire movements without shouting, make people cry without a sad violin in the background, and occasionally get them to remember your name when they're standing in line at the grocery store. Storytelling isn't just communication, it's persuasion, emotion, and entertainment wrapped into one. The numbers back this up. Recent research shows effective storytelling can boost business performance by up to 20%. The World Economic Forum calls it the bridge between logic and emotion. And companies that weave strong narratives into their brands are leaving their competition gasping for air. And now, with AI reshaping creative industries faster than you can say, ChatGPT, write me a rom-com, the storytellers who can adapt and innovate will be the ones running the show. In other words, storytelling isn't a soft skill anymore, it's basically a superpower. And in 2025, you can be a Marvel hero without wearing spandex. Micro-stories. Forget the long-winded, 5-chapter sagas. In today's world, micro-stories, tiny, punchy, emotionally charged nuggets are your best friend. They work in under 60 seconds, perfect for TikTok, Instagram Reels, YouTube Shorts, or that awkward moment when your boss says, "Tell me about yourself," in the elevator. They work because they're quick to tell, quick to consume, and almost impossible to forget. A single moment, a mistake you made, a lesson you learned, a win you celebrated told with honesty and flair can stick with your audience all day. Think of them as espresso shots. Small, strong, and guaranteed to wake people up. Bonus points if you add a twist ending. And the best part? You don't even need a Hollywood budget. You just need a moment worth sharing, yes. Even the one where you accidentally emailed your grocery list to your entire company. AI isn't replacing you, it's your weird creative sidekick. Alright, let's talk about the shiny metal elephant in the room. Yes, AI wrote a chart-topping pop song this year. Yes, it also produced a movie script so coherent and emotionally satisfying that a streaming giant said, "Sure, let's film it." But here's the truth. AI doesn't kill creativity, it turbocharges it. Think of AI as the Robin to your Batman, the Chewbacca to your Han Solo, the weird but loyal sidekick who helps you save the day. It can spit out 10 opening lines for your story before you've even finished brewing coffee. It can suggest plot twists, polish dialogue, and brainstorm metaphors you might never have considered. But and this is important, it's still your voice, your perspective, and your delightful human weirdness that makes the story worth telling. AI can say, your character should fall in love with a ghost, but only you can decide that the ghost is an amateur stand-up comedian with a pet goldfish who hates jazz. In 2025, Knowledge Graph prompting lets you guide AI so your story stays consistent from start to finish. No more random side characters vanishing without explanation or plot holes big enough to drive a truck through unless, of course, that's exactly the absurd twist you're going for. So, is AI replacing you? Nope. But it is replacing your creative dry spells and your 2 a.m. panic googles for synonyms of mysterious. Visual storytelling, show, don't tell. Visual storytelling isn't new, but in 2025, it's unstoppable. When Volvo wanted to highlight safety, it didn't list engineering stats, it told the story of a family's life being saved in a crash. The Humane Society still pairs heart-tugging rescue stories with images you can't unsee in the best way. The lesson? Pair your message with a visual that makes people feel. Data storytelling research this year shows that adding visuals to your narrative boosts retention and emotional impact dramatically. Even a quick before and after shot can be more powerful than 1,000 words unless those words are in a really good limerick. If your story was a sandwich, visuals are the hot sauce, don't serve it dry. Interactive and transmedia. This is where storytelling in 2025 gets really exciting. Your audience no longer just watches, they participate. Interactive storytelling invites them to shape the narrative. Maybe they choose the ending from multiple options. Maybe they unlock bonus content by scanning a QR code. Maybe they piece together a mystery by following clues on social media. Then there's transmedia storytelling, where your story spans multiple platforms, each adding a unique layer. Imagine launching a podcast that builds the backstory, releasing a short film that sets up the main plot, and running a TikTok series that drops clues in real time. Each platform becomes a door into your story world, and your audience can explore as much or as little as they want. Augmented reality is pushing this even further. With AR tools now widely available, you can have someone point their phone at a city street and watch your characters appear in 3D. They could interact with a holographic message from your protagonist or discover hidden story elements in the real world. It's not just a plot anymore, it's an experience. You're not just telling a story anymore, you're building a theme park in people's heads. And the entry ticket? Curiosity. Immersive and real-time formats. This year, shows like The Pit and Netflix's Adolescence made waves with The Oneer, a single-take storytelling technique that keeps the camera rolling and the tension high. It's immersive, it's raw, and it makes the audience feel like they're inside the story with the characters. You can do this too. Maybe it's a live-stream story told in one take. Maybe it's a real-time Instagram broadcast with no editing. The point is to bring your audience so close they can hear your heartbeat or your heavy breathing if you forgot to mute your mic while running upstairs. The beauty of real-time storytelling. If something goes wrong, congratulations, you just added a plot twist. The modern storyteller's toolkit. So what does all of this mean for you? It means you have access to more storytelling tools than any generation before you. You can craft microstories that stick. You can use AI to break through creative roadblocks. You can harness visuals to supercharge your emotional impact. You can build multi-platform worlds that pull audiences deeper. And you can experiment with immersive, no-do-over formats that make people feel like they're part of your narrative. It's not about picking one method and sticking with it, it's about knowing which tool to use for the story you want to tell. Like a chef with a stocked kitchen, you choose the right ingredients for the dish. And sometimes, the perfect recipe is just a 30-second TikTok about getting stuck in an elevator with a mime. Your secret weapon. You came here wondering if you could still stand out in a world where machines are cranking out content at lightning speed. The answer is yes, but only if you remember that your biggest advantage is being human. AI can mimic patterns, but it can't replicate the way your brain twists a phrase, the way your heart reacts to a memory, or the way your laugh makes people lean in. That's the magic. That's why people will choose your story over 1,000 others. And that's why the most powerful stories aren't just told, they're felt. So here's the takeaway. AI isn't here to take your job, it's here to take your boring parts. Use it to brainstorm, to break through blocks, to get unstuck. Then add the one thing it can't do. Your perspective, your voice, your humor, your humanity. Go make a microstory tonight. Try telling it live. Pair it with a visual. Or make it interactive and let your audience choose the ending. The tools are all here, you just have to pick them up. And if this little adventure into the future of storytelling has sparked something in you, hit that like button, subscribe for more, and tell me your weirdest storytelling idea in the comments. Who knows? Maybe your story will be the next big hit, whether it's powered by caffeine, creativity, or just a tiny assist from your friendly neighborhood AI.